pretty sure the last thing anyone expected from Hogan versus Warrior was a crisscross, but this is WWE, and anything can happen. Ultimate Warrior rising to his feet immediately after being body slammed was such an iconic moment. But it was absolutely crazy to see them do a second crisscross. And when Warrior returned the body slam to Hogan, it hurt the Hulkster. He didn't pop up the way Warrior had. Just the difference in reactions between the body slams, you could sense that change was in the air. Seeing Hogan struggle like this wasn't something the WWE Universe was used to. After the clothesline sent him crashing to the floor, Hogan appeared to hurt his knee, the last thing he needed. Ultimate Warrior was here to prove that his hype was real. Warrior was going to run right through Hogan at this pace. When Warrior and Hogan clotheslined each other, you could hear a pin drop. Now you're wondering, who's going to get up first? Is Hogan as hurt as he seems to be? Does Warrior have the gas in the tank to pull through in this moment? Remember, Hogan's had many championship matches, and he knows what it takes. He can use the time to get his breath back. And then Warrior sits up, and half of the arena goes crazy, while the other half lets out a defeated groan. Ultimate Warrior looking every bit the dominant superstar, getting to his feet while Hogan stays down. The Hulkster was running out of magic. Could he find one more iconic comeback? Hogan had been out-muscled by opponents before, but they were usually 7 feet tall or 400-plus pounds. And right when Hogan finally gets his chance and manages to break Warrior's grip, the referee gets flattened, and now there's no one to count falls. As Warrior lifted Hogan up, things were looking perilous for the Hulkster. The Hulkamaniacs were hoping for one last gasp from Hogan. And they got it. Hogan kicking out at 2. A familiar sight as Hogan begins to shrug off the attack of the Warrior, slowly getting back to his feet. You know the deal. 3 big rights. The big boot. And then Hogan misses the leg drop. Hogan crashes hard to the mat. Now it was just up to the Ultimate Warrior to fulfill his destiny. Could he defeat Hulk Hogan?
Ladies and gentlemen, here is your WWE Intercontinental and the WWE Champion, the Ultimate Warrior!
Heading into the match, the smart money was on Roddy Piper, resorting to his brawling tactics. But he looked to try and wrestle with Bret Hart at the start, which led to predictable results, with Bret outmaneuvering Piper. A fuming Piper would spit at the Hitman. Would Piper's desire to win and be champion override his desire to play fair? Could Hart use Piper's legendary temper as a constant exploit? Piper was already reverting to the man people knew him to be, and Hart was looking to exploit that fiery temper by embarrassing Piper as often as possible. Piper continued to show glimpses of the old Hot Rod, but still tried to play by the rules. He was desperate to remain champion, but his respect for Hart and his family kept him from unleashing that old demon inside. And Hart used that to his advantage, tricking Piper by feigning a shoulder injury after landing awkwardly on a dropkick. Piper, understandably, was not amused by this one bit. Piper slapped the taste out of Hart for gold-bricking, as Bobby Heenan famously called it, and this once friendly competition was turning into the heated brawl many figured it would become. The tension was growing between the two, but they were still trying to keep it sportsmanlike. The Hitman sent both tumbling to the floor with a crossbody. Piper would respond by holding the ropes for Hart to re-enter. Hart was hesitant, but ultimately accepted. And that was the information Piper needed, that Hart trusted him. Piper would immediately violate that trust by telling Bret his boot was untied and unloading a huge sucker punch. The gloves were off, and the two were in a fight for survival. Hart wanted to use little tricks, while Piper just suckered him with the old, "your shoe's untied." A huge shot from Piper, and it looks like the Hitman may be busted open. With tempers boiling, Piper manages this well-timed shove of Hart to knock the official down. And if you think that was accidental, then you don't know Roddy Piper. As soon as the official goes down, you see the old hot rod start to appear. He's brawling with Hart at ringside. He's throwing him into the ring steps. And then he grabs the ring bell. Hart's down on the mat, can barely move, and Piper's telling him to get up. As you see the sneer on Piper's face, like, this is your fault, man. As Piper measures Hart up for the bell shot, you can see the inner struggle. What would the Hart family think about this? What would your fans think about this? How could you look Bret Hart in the eye if you win it this way? And he keeps lifting the bell as if he's going to use it, and you're wondering which Roddy Piper is going to win out, the angel or the devil. And then he does the right thing and tosses the bell aside. In an instant, he's got Hart in a sleeper hold. Piper has Hart beat. But the Hitman had one more counter up his sleeve, trapping Piper in the pinning combination while still in the sleeper hold. More amazing was how the instant the match was over, the respect between the two immediately returned. Ramon was looking to prove that despite never defeating Shawn Michaels for the Intercontinental Championship, he was still the real champion. Shawn Michaels had a clear game plan for this match. With no rules, he'd be able to receive assists from his bodyguard Diesel. No disqualifications in a ladder match means it's not cheating. The second Michaels tossed Ramon to the floor, that plan was put into action with Diesel attacking the bad guy. Unfortunately for Shawn, the official decided that wasn't going to work. Despite Diesel's arguments, the WWE official decided to kick Big Daddy Cool out of the ringside area. Shawn had talked a lot about being the real champion. And now without his 7-foot backup, he was going to have to back those words up himself. This distraction bought Ramon enough time to recover and send HBK flying with a huge right hand. Ramon floors Michaels, and now with Diesel banned from ringside, it looks like the Heartbreak Kid needs a new plan for the bad guy. Heading into this match, a lot of people wondered how the ladder would come into play, and it didn't take long for Razor Ramon and Shawn Michaels to answer that question. Razor placed the ladder on the apron to re-enter the ring, and that gave Shawn the opening he needed to launch a baseball slide dropkick that sent the ladder crashing into Ramon's ribs. Had Razor even considered that type of offense from Shawn in his preparations? Had Shawn practiced that very move? He appeared ready to strike the second the ladder was laid down. Clearly, any moment with a ladder nearby was going to be dangerous, and one would need to always be aware of their opponent's location. With his bigger, stronger opponent struggling to breathe, Michaels would be able to build his own momentum. Michaels started to realize that as long as he used the ladders to his advantage, the lack of Diesel's presence wouldn't be as detrimental as he first thought. Knowing Ramon now had a weak point, Michaels crashes that ladder right into the ribs of Ramon, and he has completely turned the tide of this match. You could see it on the faces of Razor's fans, who sat in disbelief as Shawn took control. Both men had looked to hit the other with a ladder in a variety of ways, but Shawn Michaels was about to shock the crowd with a different approach to ladder-based offense. With Ramon down, Michaels would climb the ladder near the corner and come crashing down onto Ramon's already weakened ribs. Why waste all that energy swinging the ladder around when you can just climb it and jump off from great heights, right? Michaels, thinking it was over, began to climb. Now, normally Michaels may have gone for the cover, and he may have even won the match after such an incredible move. But with ladder matches, it's not that easy. So even with Ramon in great pain, he was able to find enough fight in him to get to his knees and topple the ladder over. Shawn Michaels could see the match starting to slip away, but instead of panicking, he'd look for an opening. Reversing a Razor Ramon attack, he'd plant the bad guy with a devastating pile driver. HBK wanted to show off one other trick, bringing the ladder with him over to the corner. Shawn was in clear control here. I'd never seen anything like this before, and it's still jaw-dropping today. He didn't just climb the ladder. He'd proceed to fall with the ladder beneath him onto the downed Ramon. It was now or never for Razor Ramon as his grasp on the Intercontinental Championship appeared to be slipping. Hart immediately showed why this match was perfect for him. Instead of just punching Austin's face, he'd attack Austin's legs instead. Bret wanted to make sure that his search for revenge down and the submission opportunities would come. As the two continued to fight, the action would again return to ringside. A strong Irish whip from Hart sent Austin flying into the guardrail by the timekeeper. Hart stayed on the attack, looking to maintain control under any circumstances. Unfortunately for Austin, a huge cut had been opened up on his head. And seeing the red on Austin brought out a whole new level of ferocity for the Hitman. Bret unleashed months of built-up aggression on Austin. Hart abandoned his limb-based attack, focusing only on Austin's bloodied face. Austin looked to be in very, very bad shape now. Good for the Rattlesnake. Hart continued to maintain control, but Austin would not stop fighting back. Desperate, Austin found an opening, tossing Hart to the apron. Austin would then reveal the lengths he was willing to go to, grabbing an extension cord at ringside. I still can't believe that Ken Shamrock checked to see if Hart gave up instead of trying to break him free. Just when it looked like Austin was finding daylight, the resourceful Hitman clobbered him with the ring bell. Austin had already looked like he was nearly finished. The fans, who had steadily grown louder in favor of Austin, tried to rally the Rattlesnake back to his feet one more time. Cut bad and now down again. Was there anything left in Stone Cold Steve Austin? When Hart locked in the sharpshooter, you could see two clear reactions. One group was loudly cheering, sure that the Hitman had done what he needed to do.